yeah, they. Okay, let's just do this. Hey, how's it going, guys? So back with another video. This one's going to be a movie review. It's going to be for Jurassic Park, Jurassic World, the Lost Dominion, World Dominion, whatever it's even called. Honestly, I don't even remember. I went into this with pretty low expectations. I mean, obviously, a huge fan of the original. I like The Lost World. Even the third one, like, I enjoy. Like, yes, it has its flaws. I mean, a lot of people like to reference back to the Talking Raptor. But I enjoyed it for what it was. Yes, it was a lot cornier than the first two. Not as scary, stuff like that. But, it wasn't bad. And even Jurassic World, the first part of this trilogy, it had some good moments. I enjoyed it. Obviously, her running in the heels and outrunning a T-Rex, but yeah, whatever. Like, it was still, again, it was enjoyable. Then we get to Fallen Kingdom, and that was probably one of the worst things I've seen in a while. Just not a huge fan. It was terrible. I mean, I feel like a lot of people agree with that. I couldn't stand the movie. I watched it one time and I almost had to even fast forward through some parts just because it was. I mean, you make a movie about dinosaurs, you want to see the dinosaurs, and I feel like that movie literally was. I don't even know. This isn't a review for that movie. Even though obviously the ending where they're selling dinosaurs off for like $10 million. There's no way somebody Mark Cuban would be able to buy like 450 dinosaurs with how much they were selling them for. Even on top of that, especially right at the end when they're just like me and it hits the come on. Okay, we're done. We're gonna talk about the new movie. So Lost Dominion, World Dominion, I can't remember. I honestly, it almost got to the point where it was in the category of so bad that it's good for me. It was. I mean, the plot was terrible. I mean, I don't want to give spoilers away, but basically there's a genetically enhanced or engineered animal, bug, whatever you want to call it, that's wreaking havoc all over the world. And they're, from this company that's supposed to be the bad guys, but apparently there's only one bad guy there. Everybody else is just oblivious to what's going on. The scientist from the original that they made the villain in the last movie somehow just randomly poof unbecomes a villain. Now he's a good guy that just wants to help. Like, he created something terrible that's going to kill the entire world and nobody's going to be able to survive. And then he's just like, guys, she'll help. I can take I could switch this around real quick. And then even then too, it's just you get to the end of the movie. And it seems like, I mean, the first act, let's just start there. I don't want to jump around. Let's go start the first act. Even the action scenes in the first act, I was almost falling asleep. I mean, it was weird. I didn't enjoy it. I honestly, almost the entire movie, I was rooting for the dinosaurs. So that's the first act. It just, obviously they're getting those plot points in so that way they can get themselves to a certain point. And it just seems like it's, let's do this because we need to get the characters to this area. So that's what's going to happen. And then the second act, they get to that certain point. They get to where they need to go to, I guess, fix it or whatever. But it's just formulaic at this point. Like, it literally, and there's so many nods to the original Jurassic Park that, like, if you're a huge fan of the Jurassic Park, like the original, it almost kind of makes you feel annoyed because I like sequels and, and trilogies and stuff like that can pay homage to the original. By all means. There's been plenty of movie, Blade 2049 has done it. There's been a lot of movies that will reference the old and maybe bring in Harrison Ford, something like that. They can reference it, but they have their own movie. They build their own story. I mean, obviously, we just saw it with Top Gun. You bring in an old character. Yes, they reference the first movie and stuff like that, but new characters, they build the characters up, so you actually care about them at the end of the movie. This movie, I literally was like, I went and saw it with my brother. I literally was leaning over to him like, oh God, I hope that dinosaur, eats her. I mean, it's and not to knock on acting, because I mean, I couldn't act. I'm not gonna lie. If I was in a movie, it would probably be terrible as well. But it was too cartoonish. It's especially when they brought back, Sam Neill, and the other two. I think, oh God, I can't remember her name. But Laura Dern, yeah, Laura Dern. They bring them back, and they just seem cartoonish. It seems like it's not how they would act or would have acted in the old movie, or even the third one that Sam Neill's in, or even like The Lost World. So it's not how they would act, but it's we need to ham it up. It's comedy, and it just doesn't land for me. I don't know. I wasn't a huge fan of it. Even like I said, the third act where they're fixing the problem, or basically they go from almost the end of the movie, and it seems like when they were writing the plot, at least, they were writing the script out, and they said, oh, how do we need to fill up 10 minutes, how do we do this? And then they literally do a montage of like, this is how we fixed the world, and this is how the problem was fixed, and it literally just like that, boom, it's done. There's no actual reason to why the problem in the movie even happened. I'm sure there was something maybe that I missed plot wise that they said, but it went from Fallen Kingdom, and we all know that the reason he made that movie, the director, is because he wanted to make this movie with dinosaurs and stuff in the world, and just walking down Hollywood Boulevard and stuff like that. But you don't even get that. That's the thing. I mean, I don't want to harp on the movie too much. If people enjoy it, by all means, that's, it's just, I feel like I'm a purist. And when they play that John Williams score and the theme song, or the theme, or, they're playing the score at the end when they're, in their original, when they're flying on the plane all the way back, and they're kind of like just chilling, like, okay, we survived. It's not warranted. It's not deserved. Like the payoff is not there. I mean, you literally have every character. Chris Pratt is Sam Neill's character. Laura Dern has Bryce Dallas Howard. Like, every single character is just like, this is the character how the first one was, so this is how they're acting for the next one? And, I mean, I just assumed that I'd get more dinosaurs actually being dinosaurs. And it was cool. I will give it props. You do see some of, like, the original designs of what a raptor and that would have looked like as its actual... Because, obviously, Jurassic Park kind of took some liberties here and there. And then you don't see the T-Rex how it would be, or how the raptor actually had feathers and stuff like that. So they bring some of that back, which is cool. And there's a tag team at the end, which is kind of weird, but cool. Yeah, they fought. I mean, there's a small little fight at the beginning, and it seems like the T-Rex plays Got Your Nose with the other dinosaur he's fighting, and they literally bites his nose and just dips, runs away. I have no idea. I just think this movie was a complete mess. Honestly, it might have been worse than Fallen Kingdom, and that's saying something, because I absolutely hated that movie. If I had to give it a rating, 1.5 out of 10. I'll be generous, 1.6. But yeah, again, if you liked it, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to just attack this movie. I watched it 20, 30 minutes ago. I wanted to get on here. I wanted to get a review out. I wouldn't recommend to see it in theaters. Obviously, I'm assuming you guys are all getting that by now. 1.6 out of 10. It was just bad. But with that being said, you know, if you saw it, did you enjoy it? How what'd you like about it? Did you like the original cast coming back? Did you not like it? What were some critiques about it? Just comment down below. Let me know. If you completely disagree with me and think it was the best movie whatsoever, comment down below. Let me know. I would love to hear, why you think it was good, why you think it was better than, maybe not the original, because I don't think anything's going to beat the original. But yeah, and then obviously, subscribe, hit that bell notification, and then that way you can see every time I post a video. A couple other movies are coming up pretty soon here. Obviously, the Elvis movie, I believe, is in 3 weeks. I'm going to try and see that earlier than the release date so I can get a review out a little quicker. And then same thing with the Black Phone stories, that movie with Ethan Hawke. That's going to be coming out, I believe, next week or so, I think. Either next week or 2 weeks. But yeah, really good movies coming out. I mean, I'm super psyched for both of those movies. I think it's going to be great, especially the guy, I can't remember his name, but the guy directing the Elvis movie, he's the one that did Bohemian Rhapsody. So he has a lot of experience in those kind of movies. I mean, he did great with Bohemian Rhapsody. Yes, it had some flaws and weird story arcs and stuff like that really didn't happen the way they did, but it was still enjoyable. I'm getting off topic. So, if you like the movie, comment down below. Hate the movie, comment down below. Like, subscribe, hit the bell notifications. We'll try and get some more videos out here for you. And then, yeah, that's all I got. So we'll just keep these things going.